Start recording. I don't edit it. So if there's like, time when you guys are working on things in class, there's just like boring gaps. And if you missed a class though, you can go online, you can look at that video and you can get caught up. And I've actually had some people who were literally away for 2 weeks and they came back and they really impressed me because they were completely caught up on everything because they had watched the videos and had made sure that they were up on everything. Okay. And let's go to Science 9. There we go. All right, back to Teams.
What was that noise?
Yeah, what was that noise?
Yeah, guys. I didn't make that. What noise? It was on the phone.
Yeah, it was a phone
It
noise.
was a phone noise.
Okay, I'll tell you what, guys.
They're being sketchy. I don't know.
You can stay with me for a couple minutes after class and we'll sort out whose phone it was. Okay? All right. So, lesson videos will go here. They are posted. They will be posted. So now we're recording this lesson. It will be here for all posterity. And today we're going to take a look at one of the study techniques that helps you to do well. Because what I really want is, I know you might think, oh my gosh, Ms. Spence, you and your phone thing, right? You and your signing in and signing out thing, you and all your rules. I only have them because I really want you to do well, okay? I don't like policing things. I don't like doing that. But what I do want you to do is I want you to learn some awesome study techniques. And so today we are going to look at one of them, and that is spaced repetition. And it is just what it sounds like. And we are going to watch a little video about spaced repetition.
Welcome to Tiny Medicine.
And we're just going to pause that for a second and make this full screen. Do we have closed captions? There we go.
This is my newest series, Studying How to Study. This week, I'm going to explain the basis of spaced repetition by walking you through the forgetting curves. Let's assume you're studying a certain chapter today. The y-axis of the graph represents the memory strength, with a maximum value of 100%. When you study the chapter for the first time, you develop a strong memory. Let's call this the primary memory. But with time, memory strength fades rapidly. This is the normal forgetting curve. Now, let's utilize this knowledge to develop powerful study techniques. Here are 2 ways to maximize the retention. The first method is developing a strong primary memory. Imagine 2 students studying for the same exam. One student by hearts the lessons by cramming, whereas the second student understands the concepts by creating flowcharts.
So basically, this first part he's saying you want a very strong primary memory, and you don't do that by cramming everything into your brain. You do it by making meaning out of things. So when I assign questions in the workbook, those are your first way of getting a primary memory. So if you choose to just copy the answer key, can you get a homework check for that? Sure you can, right? You can get a homework check for that. Will it help you on your quizzes or tests? No, absolutely not. You will have created no primary memory, right? You will not have strengthened that primary memory. If you copy your friend's work, you're not creating a primary memory, okay? And one thing that I will do is I will sometimes assign things from one set of questions, and then I'll assign more of them the next day. And then I'll assign more of them the next day. And why am I doing that? I'm doing that because it is spaced repetition. Let's watch what happens when you do that.
It's obvious that the primary memory of the second student is much stronger than the first student. The key to a strong primary memory is understanding the concepts rather than cramming. Flowcharts are one way to achieve this. There are other techniques like creating tables, mind maps, mnemonics, and PicMonics. But my favorite technique is creating my own theories. Understanding the concepts before memorizing them is the secret to a strong primary memory. The second secret to a prolonged memory is spaced repetition. When you review the same chapter on the second day, the gradient of the forgetting curve flattens a bit.
So can you imagine you are going now to take your test, and if you just studied once and here's your test, you're like, oh, crumb, I don't remember anything. But if you study it a second time, now you're here on test day instead.
When you review it again on the seventh day, the slope flattens even further. This pattern of spaced revision is called spaced repetition.
So you can imagine if your test day is here, you're going to do so much better, right? Or actually, let's say it's on day 8, right? You're going to be way up here as opposed to if you only did it for the first 2 days, or if you only did it for the first day, God help you, you won't remember anything, okay?
It helps to retain facts in memory for longer time periods. You can do this manually by reviewing the notes in a planned timetable. For example, you can review the notes on the 2nd day, on the 7th day, 14th day, 28th day, and then once every 3 months.
Now, you guys aren't going to be reviewing everything every 3 months. This guy is actually going to med school and came up with, this video for this topic. So,
or you can use apps developed specifically for this task. Anki is one such popular app used for spaced repetition.
Okay, and then he goes on to talk about Anki, and I don't know if it's a good app or not. You're welcome to try it out if you want to, but we are going to do some spaced repetition. All right, and so that's our first of our study techniques. We will look at more of them tomorrow. And just before we leave our team, we're going to look at upcoming quizzes and tests. Okay, so you can see on Friday, January 30th, there's a quiz on quantities and units. And the regular version is going to look exactly like, and I wonder if I can make this bigger. Teams is not very good about making things bigger. It's going to look exactly like number 12 and 13 on page 23 of your workbook. And the enriched version is going to look like number 8 on page 22. Now, what do I mean by enriched? You will have opportunities throughout this term to do enriched work. And I designate something as being enriched by using a diamond. Okay. I use a diamond because I wanted to use a star, but then I'm like, oh, stars, like I just like to have them be like, this is important. So I use a diamond instead, and they are all, like in your book, they're all black diamonds, and I don't know if anybody skis. Does anybody ski and know what a black diamond is? Yeah?
It's like the hardest run.
They're like the harder runs, right? Anything that is enriched is completely optional. You can get 100% in this course and never have done any enriched stuff, okay? So if you don't do it, it does not count against you, all right? If you do choose to do the enriched stuff, it counts as a bonus, okay? It doesn't count as a bonus on each individual assignment or assessment. What I do is I keep track of all the enriched. It all goes into one pot. All right. And let's say you got 50% on all of the enriched tasks. Okay. 50%. Right. And that's actually pretty good. Doing 50% of the enriched stuff is not bad at all. Okay. What would happen is that I would take this number and I would turn it into a decimal. Do you guys know what 50% is as a decimal? It is 0.5. So I would take 0.5 and I would multiply it by 3%. Okay? And what that is 1.5%. And I guess this brings me to the topic about how you're graded in this class. I am old school. I never did figure out how to give every assignment a proficiency scale. So your assignments are going to be marked out of numbers. Okay, so you will get to see a number. If it's a test, I'll calculate the percent for you. So you will be given percents, but on your report card, it still comes out as an emerging, developing, proficient, extended. Okay, so don't worry if you're like, I don't get the percents, that's okay. But I think for many students, especially because you're almost in grade 10 now, and in grade 10, you actually do start getting percents, it will help you to actually see how those work. And that's me just justifying it because, like I said, I'm old school. I've been doing this for 30 years now, and teaching an old dog new tricks is sometimes difficult. So I like numbers. Science works really well with numbers. Not all subjects do. I think some subjects are much better with a proficiency scale, but we're going to do it this way. So what this means is that if you got 85% on all your other work and you got 50% on the enriched stuff, I would go 85 plus 1.5 is 86.5, which would round to 87%. And if you were in grade 10, that would be the difference between a B and an A. Okay? So that's how the enriched stuff works. Completely optional, does not count against you. You can try some of it. And if you get some of it wrong, that's okay. It still is just bonus. Yeah? So don't be scared about trying enriched stuff. You can totally do it. I have actual little packages if anyone is interested in that. Plus, there's things just built into the regular workbooks. And speaking of the workbooks, why don't we take this moment to go and help ourselves. On that back counter, there's a yellow workbook and an answer key. Yeah, some of them are like. Those are fun to go. Okay, friends. Shh. On the very front cover, you are going to, so if you accidentally leave your book here, you are going to want your name on it. So if it were me, I would write Ms. Spence. I don't know why I have a highlighter there. Ms. Spence. Okay, you're going to write your name. We are block 7. All right, and that way, if you leave your book here, I can get it back to you with ease. You can also write your name on the answer key if you wish to. And a good thing to do with the answer key is just to tuck it into your workbook at the back, maybe. That's a good place to have it. If you keep a binder, you could put it in your binder. But I know a lot of you don't have binders, so that's also okay. All right. And we are going to start today with learning about how space repetition helps us. And in order to do that, we are going to go to page 1. Oh, shocking. Page 1. Everybody is going to come and get a piece of string. Okay. And we're also going to get sharpened rubber, although there's some on that page. Yeah. There are stands. Okay. Right back here, I've opened covered, there are stands. And you will want to get yourself a stand and a ring clamp. This is a ring clamp. And what we do is we put the ring clamp on the ring stand. You do not need safety goggles for this unless you decide to poke yourself in the eye with the ring. Please don't do that. All right, so we now have our ring stand, our ring clamp, and you are going to take a piece of string. All right, each person is going to get their own string. And what you're going to do is you are going to try to tie this knot. This knot is called a round turn and 2 half hitches. It is an extremely useful knot, whether you are setting up science labs, whether you are camping, or whether you are boating. This is a knot you could use many places. I actually started doing this activity because the physics teacher said that they got students in grade 12 who could not tie a knot. So I thought, why not practice tying a knot? Okay, so everybody get yourself, you only need 1 stand per table. You can choose whether you have 1 or more ring clamps, and you will tie your knot on the ring stand. Now, how are you going to know how to tie the knot? There are 2 ways. You can follow the instructions as they are shown here, but I am also going to put on this video. Let's hope internet works for us.
In this video, you will learn how to tie the round turn with 2 half hitches. The round turn with 2 half hitches can be used, among other uses, to attach a load to a hook. To tie the round turn with 2 half hitches,
We're all going to watch
slide
once.
the end of the rope through the mouth of the hook. Then pass it through a second time, creating a round turn. Cross the working end of the rope over the standing part. Bring the end back around to the other side, passing the rope through the space between where you crossed the rope before and the round turn, creating a half hitch. Cross the end over the standing part a second time. Circle around the standing part and thread the end through the space in between the first half hitch and where you cross the standing part a second time, creating a second half hitch. Finally, tighten the knot.
Okay, I'm going to turn the sound off on this so you don't have to listen to him do it over and over, but it's just going to be playing on a loop. Okay, so let's get our sound turned off here. And I'm going to press play on that. The string is going to be on this table here in the blue bucket. every individual needs a piece of string. If somebody wants to take this setup here, you are welcome to do so. You can pass behind my desk because it's really hard to, this classroom does not have a lot of space to move in.
It was like this in my other side.
Feel free to walk behind my desk if you want to, because there is not a lot of moving room. Anyone want this one? Anyone needs string? Everyone each individually needs their own string. If you believe you have successfully tied the knot,
I did it already.
you can call me over and you can show me you tying it from scratch. So undo it and you can show me you tying it.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay. You can use the other side. Very nice. Yeah, and then it's just exactly the same as last one. Yes. Nice.
I think I qualified for like. Not that I'm like lazy fucking old. Anyone else not show me your box? Everyone show me? All right, everyone. Again tomorrow. Can I go first? You may.
Yes. Yeah, as soon as it, the whole passes back. Yeah.
I could be as literally Elliot. And then what's your first? I don't even know.
Okay, and once you've got everything put away, you're going to turn. Well,
Where's your phone? Are you sure? I have to see it.
you like what, sorry? Right? Because I'm Karen. Yeah.
You make them better.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I hate that my name has been like, hijacked for the purposes of being like an obnoxious arsehole. Yeah. Okay, friends, page 12. 1-2, page 1-2, page 12. Did you guys study matter last year?
Yeah, but that was fun.
But it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's like back.
somewhere back there. Yeah.
It's not even in here.
Okay. So in order for something to be matter, it has to have two properties. It has to have mass. Okay. And why am I doing this?
It's heavy.
Because it's heavy. Okay. Even though air, I don't go, ooh, right? Like I'm not like, oh my God, the air is weighing down on me. There is actually air pressure. Yes? So if you're ever in a plane and you come down closer to the earth, there's more air above you, and so your ears pop because there's more pressing on your eardrums. Yeah? So air actually has mass. And you can actually feel the particles of air if you just go like this. What do you feel?
Like
Particles of air.
resistance.
You like literally feel like wind. What is that wind? That is particles of the air hitting your hand. Okay, so it has mass. It also has to have
Volume.
volume. Do you guys know what volume is?
Like the
The inside.
The amount of space it takes up.
We already see.
Okay. So let's just add a little something here. So has everyone got a pencil? Anybody need a pencil or a pen? You can always ask me if you need a pencil or pen. I have extras. So matter, number 1, it has mass. Number 2, it has volume. And volume is the amount of space it takes up. And just as a little preview of those units that we're going to be doing tomorrow, does anyone know the unit of mass? Like we measure mass in, how would I know how heavy this is? Kilograms or grams, okay? So mass, the unit is the kilogram or gram. Do you guys know the unit for volume, the amount of space something takes up? Sorry? Liters, yes. So if you go to the store and you buy some milk, you want to know how much volume of milk you have, you buy a 4-liter jug or a 2-liter carton or a 1-liter carton. Okay, so the volume, the unit, the unit is liters. I tend to spell things the Canadian way, but if you want to spell it ER, that's fine. Okay? And the abbreviation for that is a capital L. So as long as something takes up space and it has mass, then it is matter. And there are things that aren't matter also. Okay? So as long as it has particles, just like those particles of air that you felt when you waved your hand, that is matter. So if you can hold it, it is matter. If you can taste it, it is matter. That means that when you taste something, there are actually little molecules, little particles that go into your taste buds, and then they make a signal. They cause the nerves in your tongue to make a signal to your brain that says, ah, sweet, or sour, or bitter. Okay, so it is those molecules, those particles that make something taste. So if you can hold it, if you can taste it, if you can smell it, because what is smell? It's just little molecules attaching to the sensors in your nose. Okay? If you can hold it, taste it, or smell it, it is made of matter. And so that's going to include everything you can see, rocks, food, plants, animals, all the man-made things, even some things you cannot see like air and perfume. Okay, those are all made of matter. But not everything is matter. Is this light that's blinding me right now matter? This light right here shining up? See how it's blocking the light? Is that light matter? Does it have any mass? No. Can I hold the light? No. Okay. Can I smell the light or taste the light? No. So it is not matter. So light is not matter. Does anyone know what light is? It is a wave. Absolutely. And it is energy. Okay. It is a type of energy. How about heat? So if you turn on your stove and you feel the heat, is that matter? No. Can you hold the heat? No. Does it have a particular volume? No. Okay. So heat is another form of energy. So non-matter is very often energy. Not always, but very often energy. So another type of energy, we have light, we have heat, we have sound. Those are all types of energy. If you cannot hold it, if you cannot taste it, if you cannot smell it, then it is probably not matter. There are other things that are not matter, like ideas, okay? Moods, forces. Does anybody know of any forces? The force of... What made that happen? The force of gravity. Gravity is a force that pulls everything towards the earth, yes? Great big mass. Is that matter? Is that force matter? No, okay? So energy, forces, ideas, and moods, all of those are non-matter. So you can try some things. You can say, could I weigh it on a scale? Does it occupy a volume? If it does, it is matter. But if you can't enclose it, if you hear music, it's not matter. Okay, so you have a little exercise now, and this is for homework if you don't finish it, but if you do finish it, then you're just done. Okay, this is on page 13. You're going to take all of these words and either put them into the matter column or the not matter column. All right, and if you finish it before the end of class today, you have no homework. If you don't finish it, you have just a little tiny bit of homework. It's not very long. Okay, and we'll talk about these next day to see if there were any that were confusing. So this is page 13.
I mean, like, you can't hold it. You can't hold it, and most times you can. Maybe you can smell it sometimes.
Do you know what's in the fire extinguisher? Do you know what's in the fire extinguisher? Carbon dioxide. Can you hold it?
Yeah.
It's contained. Ah. And it's made of particles.
But technically, you can put air in a container and still hold it.
Air is matter. Yeah.
And a cloud, you can.
No, cloud is not a gas.
Yeah. Yes. Gases are matter. Yeah. Anytime you have a gas, gases are matter because they take up space. And they do have mass, even though it's really hard to measure.
Flame matter? No. It's like energy. Oh, yeah.
You mean like a vast like this?
No, so not like,
Like when you say computer.
yeah, yeah, but a vacuum would do like sucking air. that, it's just nothing at that point, yeah.
So they both.
But that you clean your house with.
That time that you use the house rent. Yeah.
But a flavor be entered in your mouth, so you can taste it.
Matters.
Yeah.
Flavor and fragrance are.
So say it's.
Wait, Mars is something that's like. Yeah. Remarkable.
Yeah, you're right.
And then he's looking back.
Because magnets, not.
No, it's not. I think it's gross.
Yeah.
No, because Rainbow's.
No, so that can be is the time that they stop.
Did you ever figure it was Mars? Well, he doesn't have anything to do with that. I thought it was from Mars. You're wrong.
Explain matters. Picture the whole thing. That's just exactly. You know, you touch your hand is without identify as possible. And like
Like wet pizza. Like wet pizza. I didn't even know.
Steam not matter.
I put matter because like you said Aries, right? And like that's I feel like it's that
And you can like see, wait, and you can like, I guess.
you can see and you can contain it, right? Like Sonic. Okay.
Is sunlight matter?
I put not matter. Like I put Sonic.
Because like you can see some rays, but like you can't hold
You
it.
can't hold it. You can't hold it. Wait, like iron, like iron, or like that. I so, but that's just like I'm gonna try iron. So I think it's a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Your last name, I don't know.
That's what I'm here.
What do you got there?
Next day, I need to do a homework check, so make sure you. Okay? Oh, I will see you tomorrow. Take your book. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we can sign that off.
Bye, Miss Spence. Bye, Miss Spence.
Yes, that's the
Is Evan a racist?
But he makes jokes for it to be a joke. He makes funny jokes.
Grade 9s, don't forget your phones.
I don't know. Let's just say Moses walked. Oh my god.
I do not like Kelly Dodger.
I don't know what that is. No, like that.
See you later, Miss Hoskins. I don't know. As I get older, I'm like, how can I do 3 blocks in a row? It's too much. I don't know how you guys do 4.
Hayden. You know anyone?
I don't think so.
You know Evan.
Hi.
See you both.
What's your name again?
I'm Ben.
You're Ben.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Do you think the 3 of us could switch
You
together?
got it.
That's what.
I'm too fat for that, bro.
We can
Fat for that.
Like, Abby can sit on my lap.
What?
Next spot.